So today I'm going to be teaching you of how to actually make your photos look like Gotham, the Batman, stuff like that. So basically, what you want to do is get an image, take some photos from the city is my prime point of view, because I do like to take photos in the city. In this photo here, I was actually in my dad's car, taking photos, doing that, and trying to capture the best photos I can while it was raining, because that's when you want to get that really good isolating cold sort of thing. I know it's currently spring at this point, but you know, I can still teach you about how to make it cold when it's winter, when it's spring. So either way, alright, let's get into it. So we got this photo here. I've already done the cropping bit here, because all you want to do with any photo is get rid of distractions first before you do anything. Like for example, that sign there, it's a little bit distracting, but it looks okay. It's not too distracting from anything. There's no subject in here, but the main point of view is to get the atmosphere looking like it's very cold. So what you want to do, sorry my computer is really slow, is just darken the image so it looks like it's about to be night time. And then you just want to up the contrast. Probably my favorite bit, contrast. Don't ask me why, but it's always been my favorite thing to do. And then down the highlights like that. Just darken the shadows a little bit more to get that Batman-y sort of thing. Sorry, that was a really shit Batman impression, but you know, I'm gonna make this video a bit more funner rather than a Lightroom tutorial. And then you just want to darken it a little bit like that. Alright, now we're going to go towards the tone curve. This is probably the most playful part of this bit here. We don't want to make it too dark, we just want to make it like that. And then, nope, we don't want to do that. We just want to do it like that. There's heaps of things you want to do with the tone curve, and just make it like that. Probably do something like that. And do something like that, just to see if there's any more difference. And then now, we have the fun bit, which is the color tone curve. We make everything looking bluey and all this kind of stuff, you know. So, what I really like to do with my photos is literally make them the feeling I want, the intention with a photo. So every time I'm going out to take photos, I always have the intention of making it looking like the photo I want, like out of the preset, like idolizing what the preset would do, what it would look like before I take the photo. That's like how I plan my shoots if I'm going to. That's how I do this, and like that's the main point of view you want to be able to do with your ideas. With your photos, but also idolize them from movies that you watch the most, which is probably what I do the most, is idolize them from movies and stuff like that. Even though this may not look like something in a movie, but you know, it's practically, I want to have the look of it. I want to have the look from it, the lighting of it, color of it, stuff like that. We're going to go to the green tone curve to make it a bit more. Actually, wait, no, we don't do that, eh? No, we don't play with the, there we go. There we go. Now we get the bluey, greeny, minty bit. Make it look like it's a bit of a disgusting neighborhood, if you will. Alright. Now we go down to towards the color bit. Make it a little bit bluey. The environment up a little bit. You want to be careful with like colors, especially. You can either do it perfectly or overdo it or underdo it. That's the most important bit. You don't want to overdo it too much, because that's what I used to do. I just go pow, 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 and they'll be colorful. Like, ooh, it's a bit random. So you want to idolize the colors and pick only three main colors that you want to do, or either 4, depending on what you want to do with your image and what you actually want it to look like. Like color palettes, you want to have a look at those especially. This really looks like one of my presets, if I'm going to be totally honest. Alright, this is a fun bit, color grading. Mid-tones, you just want to darken a little bit. And then we just want to make it too blue. Just go like that. See, we go over dark blue. And we just want to just shadows. Let me darken the image a little bit too. Just get rid of the little bit of minty blue too. Just down this, there we go. There we go, looks a bit better. So you want to exactly have your image look like that. And then that's how you actually make it a bit more like the Gotham. The Gotham. Make it look like Batman's town. Alright, now we're going to pick another image. I'm just going to give you about maybe 2 more images. I don't want to make this a whole entire long video like I used to do. That's for my tutorial. That's for my tutorial. But also, speaking of tutorials, by the way, this video is sponsored by myself. And if you want your images to look cold, cinematic, exactly like this, but with 1 click, maybe 2, comment the word cold, or either you can go down in the description below and you'll see my endless winter preset, plus you get a cinematic mood board which has all my inspirations from me of how I actually recreate movie scenes into my own ideas, and that you see on Instagram and maybe even YouTube shorts. And yeah, and then just link in the description below. Alright, so this one, a little bit of isolation, a little bit grainy, a little bit cold. You got your main image, you got the main subject here. He's like very much just below, just down below. You know, you could see him. He's got the high rise, the palm trees and stuff. You know, he's got the rain here. All right, now, all right. So just down the image like that. Contrast like that to make it so dark. Now we just want to just down the highlights like that. Maybe up the shadows just a tiny bit. And down that. Down that a little bit. Now with the tone curve as well. You want to have a look at this as well, because this is your histogram behind the tone curve. If you do not know, while you have the histogram here, it's also here as well. So you've got 2 histograms you want to have a look at as well when you're doing this, because that affects, you know, obviously the image or what it looks like. So obviously this image is already dark enough, so we just want to just lighten up just a little bit so people can actually see what the image has, because otherwise you'd be my old self and actually just darkening every single bit. You could even see, like for example this video here, this bit's really dark, but you can only see me. Whereas my old photos, you just be completely dark, be really dark like that. Alright, now blues again, just a little bit. Now the minty really gives out the blue. That's what I really like. Now we're trying to just maybe, I reckon we just highlight this a little bit. Stand out a bit. Not too much. See how that looks. Yeah, that looks good. Just desaturate. Maybe desaturate a little bit, just so it doesn't just have too much color. So it's not what we want. Just so he doesn't look so blue, because his shirt is literally grey, and that's blue. The tones brighten up a little bit, maybe darken it. Make it a little bit frosty a little bit. You can obviously make your photos look a bit frosty if you really want. That's up to you. But what I really like about this is that it just looks really like isolated, bit of cold, bit of Mr. Freeze type of vibe. Like imagine, you know, Mr. Freeze freezing Gotham, for example. a world looks like that. A world looks like that. Which that is actually one of the episodes of cartoon of some sort. Anyways, that is how you make it a little bit frozen. Now I'm going to do last one, because I'm only going to give you 3 examples, because I know you, there's my light, there we go. I know you are talented. I know you are talented. Whoever you are, you're very talented. I can already tell, even without even knowing your name. I know you're talented. Alright, the police one, probably my favourite one, or either we can use myself. We'll use myself for a bit of a challenge. We'll use myself. So here's the recreation from the drive when we're at Caleb's office, Caleb Coronis, if you don't know him. He's a friend of mine, and he'll actually let me record a video in his office. This old office. He's now got a fucking warehouse, which is unbelievable, but good on you, Caleb. Alright, so first of all, we want to just brighten up just a little bit, and we also want to crop it so that myself isn't so... the image is... Sorry. Trying to see if the image is not straight. There we go. No, it's not straight. Give me a second. I'm trying to just adjust my seat so I can actually. There we go. Yay. Okay. We also just want to make it look like a window. Distraction. There we go. Just do the contrast a little bit like that. Highlight a little bit like that too, because you obviously want the window to be bright. Because you know it's raining, it's bright enough as it is. Just darken it a little bit like that. You really want to be careful with your blacks and your shadows. Like every other adjustments, you always want to be careful with them, otherwise you get like a bit of mix of not what you want. There we go. Yeah. Now, photo editing and doing tutorials like this, I actually really like doing these certain things, because I feel like my older stuff would have actually watched this video probably, because he had no idea what to do with photo editing, as that was my biggest struggle. Photo editing, because I wasn't really that good at it. If you scroll past through like a bunch of videos I've done throughout the years of like actually talking about my own life and talking about my photography journey and all that kind of stuff, you'll know. But I used to really compare myself to others' photos, and you know the way they edited. I got really overwhelmed with photo editing. It was just like I kept watching videos upon videos, and then it just got to the point where I was not learning very much, and then it was really just my mind just overloaded with information, which can happen to many people when they try and start a new thing. I feel like it's just a pathway to just not get yourself so overwhelmed and overloaded, and not watching others doing what you want to do, and instead just do the things that you do for someone who you admire, which is yourself. You want to admire yourself before you admire someone else, obviously, because otherwise you're just going to keep admiring someone and you want to become them, but you can't be them because you're you. If you don't want to, if that makes any sense. But I want to be someone that I admire, which is myself, and I want to be someone who admires hard work, admires passion, admires self-discipline, all these kind of things that are very, I wouldn't say what's the word, I can't remember, so overused these days. And like I'm not a hard worker. I'm not gonna say I'm a 100% fucking 100% worker, But like, you know, I have days where, you know, it's fucking, just not a great day. You know, it's distractions here and there. It happens. But as soon as you just start getting into the flow of something you actually really like and you actually enjoy, and you see it as not work too much, but you see it as work, but it's also fun to do it. That's when it becomes a really good like way to make money off it. But that's how I see it. I try and make money off it, but I also try and provide value to people through my learnings and through my struggles and all those kind of things. I'm not just a money grabber, because that's who the fuck wants to be a money grabber. It's not a good way to live. It's not a good way to provide value to people. Alright, anyways, let's stop talking about these certain things. But like the image here, we literally have a bit of a frozen sort of vibe, and we've got a little bit of the isolation sort of bit. Obviously the highlights there are very much a bit white, so we're just going to just try and there we go. There we go. Okay. Alright. Let's see what we did with this one. So just adjust a little bit. There we go. Alright, beautiful. So that's actually how you make them. So if you want to just screenshot all these, if you have done through the video, I do recommend you can screenshot this and just, you know, pretty much copy and paste it. Or either you can actually get my Endless Winter preset, but I will be making an Endless Spring preset coming soon. It's just in the making, it's in the starting process, let's go with that. But like, that is how you actually make your photos into Gotham look like, or Batman look like. But if you do want to grab the Batman preset, which is in the movie preset, it will be every single preset being in the links in the description below. And yeah, hope you guys do enjoy it. I do feel like, you know, I was talking about most things that are relevant to the photos, but also, you know, about my beliefs as well. Like, of course, I like to share my beliefs and, you know, my ideas, what I think about, you know, about my own life and what my own struggles is, because literally, like, I've been scrolling through comments through the shorts, and I actually really appreciate you guys actually saying, how is this guy a small creator? And I actually do really love that, and it feels really good to see comments like that, especially other people who are actually, you know, learning off videos. Even though like a couple of years ago I was making amateur videos, sort of thing. But we all gotta start somewhere with these type of things, like video making. For me, you know, anything, literally. I'm trying to think of something like videography, cinematography, stuff like that. We all start from the bottom and we all go to the top. We always go to the top. And hope you guys do appreciate myself teaching you, and also hope you guys got something out of this. The most important thing. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. And yeah. Alrighty. Like and subscribe. Check out Instagram, YouTube, Substack, every other platform I'm on. And yeah, take care.